Consider the idea that a mere username could disclose your comprehensive digital identity across the internet. No need for hacking, password decryption, or malware, just publicly accessible information in plain sight. Recently, I explored a fascinating experiment. I searched for a random username online, and within moments, I found social media profiles, previous usernames, gaming accounts, archived content, publicly accessible images, and remnants from outdated websites. This experience was genuinely unsettling. Many individuals assume that hackers depend on intricate codes to gather data. Nonetheless, numerous investigations commence with a simpler method: OSINT, or open source intelligence. This approach entails gathering publicly available data from the web. Investigators, journalists, and cybersecurity experts employ OSINT in their endeavors. However, it is crucial to recognize that cybercriminals also scrutinize public data when selecting victims. Each account you establish leaves identifiable traces. Every username, every comment, every old profile image, every public contribution. Over time, all these elements collectively create your digital footprint. One prominent OSINT tool is named Sherlock. Sherlock scans numerous websites seeking publicly visible usernames. Picture using the same username on Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, GitHub, gaming forums, and beyond. Suddenly, a single username could unify your entire online identity. Sherlock GitHub. Another useful tool is called Holhe. This application identifies where an email address may be registered publicly online. Most individuals reuse the same email across multiple platforms, and often they remain unaware of how much information becomes interlinked. Holhe GitHub. A further influential framework is Spiderfoot. This tool automates OSINT inquiries and examines public information pertaining to usernames, emails, domains, exposed data, social profiles, and online digital exposure. It genuinely resembles something from a cybercrime film. Spiderfoot GitHub. However, the situation becomes unnerving here. Cybercriminals do not always initiate through hacking. At times, they begin with research. Publicly available usernames, publicly visible images, public comments, public email addresses. Small fragments of data connect to form a coherent picture. Imagine a scenario where someone discovers your gaming username, your accessible Instagram profile, your city of residence, your email account, and an archived birthday post. Suddenly, they possess enough knowledge to engineer convincing phishing attempts or fraudulent support communications. There exists a range of advanced OSINT frameworks that researchers seldom mention, such as Recon, Maltego, The Harvester, and PhoneInfoga. These applications are widely utilized in cybersecurity investigations, digital forensics, and threat intelligence research. Recon GitHub, The Harvester. GitHub PhoneInfoga. GitHub. Additionally, there are tools that most novices remain unaware of. Resources concealed within cybersecurity circles. Frameworks crafted for sophisticated digital footprint examination, metadata analysis, breach assessment, and large-scale OSINT automation. Most of these are not extraordinary hacking tools. They simply streamline the process for collecting public information on a grand scale. Even images can disclose concealed information. Metadata within photographs can occasionally reveal timestamps, device specifications, editing records, and other digital traces. Consequently, investigators frequently scrutinize files with meticulous attention. Moreover, one of the most underestimated online tools is the Wayback Machine. Deleted websites do not always vanish entirely. At times, the Internet retains a memory of everything. Wayback Machine. The most significant error users commit online is presuming that their actions go unnoticed. Yet every username, public profile, and outdated account leaves identifiable traces across the web. This is where OSINT becomes scary. Cybercriminals don't always start with hacking. Sometimes they start with research, public photos, public usernames, public emails, public comments. But here's the part most people never think about. Sometimes cybercriminals don't need to hack you at all. They just study you, your usernames, your public photos, your old comments, your gaming accounts, your leaked emails, small pieces of information collected slowly over time. Imagine someone finding your Instagram username, then discovering the same username on an old gaming forum, then finding an email connected to a public data breach, then using archived websites to uncover deleted information from years ago. Suddenly, a complete digital profile begins to appear. This is exactly why OSINT is considered so powerful. Not because it breaks passwords, but because most people underestimate how much information they already expose publicly. Cybersecurity researchers often say, the Internet never truly forgets. And honestly, after seeing how much public data exists online, that statement becomes very real. Small details, connected together like a puzzle. Most people think their online activity disappears after a few days. But the reality is very different. Every username, every old account, every public comment leaves traces somewhere on the Internet. This is why OSINT has become one of the most powerful areas of cybersecurity. OSINT stands for Open Source Intelligence, the process of collecting publicly available information online. One tool that surprised me was called Phone Infoga. It analyzes publicly available information connected to phone numbers and helps researchers understand how much data may already exist online. Phone Infoga GitHub. Then there's Recon-NG. This framework feels almost like a search engine built for investigators. It helps automate digital footprint investigations using multiple public sources together. Recon-NG GitHub. Another underrated OSINT technique involves metadata. Most people don't realize that files and images can sometimes contain hidden information like timestamps, device details, editing history, and digital traces. That's why tools like ExifTool became extremely popular in cybersecurity investigations. ExifTool, GitHub. And honestly, one of the creepiest things on the Internet is the fact that deleted content doesn't always disappear. Old websites, deleted pages, and archived snapshots can sometimes still be viewed years later. Social engineering part. Imagine someone discovers your email, your gaming username, your city, your public Instagram, and your birthday post online. Suddenly, they know enough to build convincing phishing attacks or fake support messages. That's why cybersecurity experts say, oversharing online is a security risk.